Hi, this is Tomlin from TomlinHarmonicaLessons.com, and today I am going to answer a very important question on the lips of many beginner blues harmonica players, which is, what's with all of these numbers? So, you might have heard of 1, 4, and 5. You might have seen them written down in Roman numerals, but you're probably thinking, well, what do they mean? What do they refer to? And why do I need to know them as a harmonica player? So what I'm going to do, I am going to show you a little bit on the guitar first of all. So the 1, 4, and 5 that you will have heard of in a blues context refers to 3 different chords that are played in a 12-bar blues. So if I play a 12-bar blues on the guitar, it'll sound a little bit like this, and I'll talk you through what the guitar chord changes are. So I'm starting with a 1 chord. To the 4 chord, then back to the 1 chord, then up to the 5 chord, the 4 chord, and then we get a turnaround. Okay, so that 12-bar blues, which is kind of the center of blues playing in general, is made up of just 3 chords, as I said before. And instead of calling them by the chord letter, so in this case I'm playing in the key of G, so I'd have G, C, and D, we call them 1, 4, and 5 to make it easier to change key quickly. Okay, so if you're a little bit confused by that, don't worry, because I'm going to go a little bit deeper and kind of explain it with a harmonica in my hand. So if I grab a few different harmonicas, the 1, 4, and 5 refer to the first chord, the 4th chord, and the 5th chord in the major scale. So if I take my C harmonica, I'm going to play in the key of G, in 2nd position, I'm going to play the major scale. Okay, so that was our G major scale in 2nd position. And if we count those notes, let's see what we get. Okay, so I had a very squeaky overblow in there, but we don't really need that. So you will have noticed that there are 8 notes in that scale. And if we think about what the final note is, you realize that there are only 7 different notes because that final note is the same as the first note, but an octave higher. Okay, so we've numbered the notes from 1 to 7, and that's how we get those numbers for the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want the 1, the 4, and the 5. So that means that those are the chords that start with the first note of the scale, the 4th note of the scale, and the 5th note of the scale. 1, 4, 5. Okay, so why is it useful to think of that in terms of numbers rather than notes? Well, the reason is that here I have a whole bunch of different keys of harmonica, and either I can remember that the 2 draw refers to the 1, the 4 blow refers to the 4, and the 4 draw refers to the 5, or I can think of it as the 2 draw being a G, the 4 blow being a C, the 4 draw being a D. And that means that I have to know those letters on all the other keys of harmonica as well. So I'd have to do on the A harmonica, I'd have to think 2 draw, that's an E, 4 blow, that is an A, 4 draw, that's a B. So that's already a lot more information than just thinking 1, 4, and 5. Because the 1, 4, and 5, you can use it over all the different keys of harmonica. Okay, so that means that if you've learnt that a 12-bar blues is 1, 4, and 5, it doesn't matter what key you play it in, you're going to use the same information just by picking up a different harmonica. Okay, so let's have a look at how you're going to kind of apply this just very simply with the harmonica playing over a guitar. So here we are on our C harmonicas. My guitar is playing in the key of G. My C harmonica is playing in second position, so that's the key of G as well. So we're playing the 1 chord. So we'll play the root note of the 1 chord on the C harmonica. That's a 2-draw. Then we'll play the root note of the 4 chord on the C harmonica. That's the 4-blow. And then we'll play the root note of the 5 chord. That's the 4-draw. Okay. So that means that you have learnt how to play a 12-bar blues in all 12 keys, even though you've just used 1 harmonica to learn it. So big advantage of using the numbers. So 1 chord. 4 chord. Back to 1 chord. 5 chord. 4. 1. Okay, so that's why it's super useful to know those numbers. That's how we communicate between instruments. Especially, guitarists don't understand how harmonica works necessarily. Harmonica players don't understand how guitars work. So having this common ground of a numbering system makes it much, much easier to communicate. Okay, so now that you understand the numbers a little bit more, I suggest that you have a look at my Counting Through a 12-Bar Blues lesson, which I've linked up in the description below, and that'll show you a little bit more of how you can apply this in context. All right, thank you so much for watching. Before you run away, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up by hitting the like button below, and also subscribe to my channel because I put out a new harmonica video every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. UK time. All right, see you next week. Happy harping.